This is my 1985 Series 3 RX7, which I love dearly. I'll just do a lap of it and I'll tell you what's been done to it over the last 17 years that I've owned it. The surprise packet of this car is that it's been converted to fully electric. So it's been running on batteries for the last 10 years. Which makes it interesting. Displeases some of the RX7 purists, and I can understand that. So some of the many things that I've had done to it. I bought 4 original wheels, had the wheels themselves balanced and stripped and then repainted, and then the tyres balanced obviously, and the tyres are in good nick. I tinted the windows, took the locks out so it's keyless entry, put side protector strips down the back of the door, which have saved a lot of chips, I think. It's had new gas struts in the rear window, which has also been tinted. It's got its own name. It's an electric RX. There we go, that's an external lap. Things you can't see, all the bushes underneath have been renewed. The shockeys have been renewed. Coil springs have been renewed. I bought a front end off a Japanese import, and it's had power steering fitted to it. It's been recarpeted, reupholstered, new console lid, which is pretty hard to get. I've taken the switches out of that center console. That's where I sit my phone, and somewhere tucked away in there, if you've got a Samsung, there's a recharging cord. So the switches were redone on the dash. That's a digital radio that plays everything, MP4s and 3s and so on and so forth. And the old TomTom's fallen down in the heat. There we go, we'll put that back on. What I've done with the TomTom is I put that in because I changed the gearbox and the speedo cable, well, the speedo didn't work, so it conked out at a mere 481,000. So I got the TomTom because it shows the speed, and that was a cheaper way out than pulling the gearbox out and replacing the little drive gear for the speedo. The radio, I've put a switch in here which kids the car into thinking it's in reverse, so this becomes a whole rear vision camera screen, which is good because the old RX7's got some little blind spots. It's had new good speakers put in. What else? Bluetooth phone, of course, to the digital radio. The camera is on the back, so you get good peripheral vision as a car disappears off the screen on the radio. It's alongside you, so it almost sees the car out to here. I've had some notes written in the back. I bought this car in 2000. It had a 12A, I had a 13B built, and then 10 years ago converted to electric. It's been resprayed. I had a yellow one when they first came out, and I wanted a yellow manual. I couldn't find one, so I bought a white one and I had it resprayed, and it's a beautiful paint job. That's about 16 years old, that paint job, and it's absolutely immaculate still. What else? It's got electric air conditioning, which needs attention. I've had a problem getting that working brilliantly. So it's fully alarmed. Original wheels, good tyres, licensed till August 2018. Tinted windows, front shockies, dash mat, door protector strips, and so on. So this car, as I said, is electric, and the batteries are 10 years old. I have changed a few along the way. Let's get under the bonnet. They cost $360 each, and I think there's 45 of them. There we go. That's what an electric RX7 looks like. There's the batteries, and you can see that's a new one, that's a new one, and I think there's a couple in the back. No one knows exactly how long these lithium batteries last for. So the choices with this car are to drive it and change the batteries as they die, or if you're a real enthusiast, buy a complete new set. That'll cost you about 12 grand or something. Or, as a lot of people have wanted to do, rip everything out and put a rotary engine back in, and you'll have an absolutely mint RX7. The other things that are of interest are that there's more batteries in the back, and you can see 1, 2 batteries there, and one over there have been replaced. All the rest are original. It charges up, and I can't tell you how long it takes to charge, because I just plug it back in every time I park it in the garage. But generally they tell you, oh, that's where you charge it up, in the fuel cap. So a 3-pin 15 amp plug. It can take, 4 or 5 hours if you're down to about 50%. But as I said, I've never taken much notice of how long it does take to charge up. I've put 5 kilowatt solar panels on the house, so I charge it as often as I can during the day, and our electricity bill dropped from nearly 1,000 down to about 300, in spite of having to charge the car. So the 5 kilowatts certainly helps. You've got a small 12 volt battery which just runs your lights and that sort of stuff. There's a charger in there so that the main batteries can charge the 12 volt battery. You've got a converter over there which sends the green thing, sends the amount of the power through to the engine. As you can imagine, with an electric motor, it's got incredible torque. I generally take off, or drive all the time in 3rd gear. If I want to cross traffic and I'm a little bit worried about getting the speed up, I'll do it in 2nd and then just change into 3rd. It has no clutch, as you can see, just the brake, so you change gears without the clutch. It sounds weird, but it's very easy. I'll take it for a drive in a minute and get my co-driver to film, so there'll be a part 2 to this video. And the crux of all this is the car is for sale.